Welcome to NaxToView. In this video, we'll give a short introduction to the scripting tool in NaxToView, which lets you automate tasks and extend the application using Python. Thanks to the integrated console and the Scripting IDE, you can execute commands, create macros and custom buttons, and even run scripts automatically when the program starts. If you've never programmed in Python, don't worry. We'll start by reusing the commands that NaxToView automatically generates for you. Basic console and recording actions. Let's start with the integrated Python console. Every time you perform an action in NaxToView, the application writes the equivalent command in the console. This helps you learn the syntax and reuse those commands later in your own scripts. Look at the bottom of the screen. When selecting elements using Shift plus right-click, NaxToView automatically generates the corresponding instruction. Here you can see how copying and pasting that command line reproduces exactly the interactive selection you just made. This is a great starting point. Let the interface record your actions for you, then reuse those commands to automate repetitive tasks. Understanding the hierarchy. To get the most out of scripting, it's important to understand the object hierarchy. The session contains the windows. Each window has its views, and each view has its scene. Think of session as the top level. Everything that's open in NaxToView hangs from it. When we render what's displayed on screen, we're actually creating a new view inside the first window. This is useful, for example, if you want to compare two models or visualize different configurations of the same model side by side. Notice that now we specify explicitly which view we want to load the model into. This gives you very fine control over where everything is displayed. Creating macros. If you often repeat certain tasks, you can turn them into macros. A macro is simply a Python script accessible from the NaxToView menu. When you open Tools, Macros, Create Macro, a new window appears. From this dialog, you can define the macro's name and the script you want to execute. You can either create a new script or point to an existing file. If you enable the Create as System Macro option, the macro will be available for all users on the machine, ideal for team environments. Right after creating a macro, the Scripting IDE opens with the script already ready to edit. This is where user macro scripts are stored. By placing a file in this folder and registering it from the console, the macro is automatically added to the menu. Managing existing macros. Once your macros are created, you can manage them, edit, rename, or delete them. In the Tools Macros menu, right-click on any macro to delete it, or open the script directly in the Scripting IDE to modify it. Creating custom buttons in the interface. In addition to macros, you can also add custom buttons to the interface. Each button runs a script and can have its own icon. The scripts you want to turn into buttons must be stored in the Actions folder. If you add an icon with the same name inside the Icons subfolder, the button will appear with that image. When executing the commands shown on screen, you define the button's internal name, the script it runs, and its icon. Remember that the name must be a single word, but you can use camel case or underscores. As with other NaxToView buttons, you can rearrange them by dragging the vertical separator on the left. When you remove a button, only its definition is deleted from the configuration file. The .py script remains in the folder, so you can reuse it later if needed. And that's a short introduction to the scripting tool in NaxToView. As you can see, it lets you automate tasks, create your own tools, and connect the application with other environments. We hope you found this useful. See you in the next video.